What?
Queen e8, g8. All of a sudden, white has two queens. Come on board, update. We can't do this. Please, give us moves. Okay, let's just look at the live feed. Carlsen has two queens. And
two queens up and wins the game.
Wins this game from a lost position. Wow. Big Dubov is there. And to give some insights. And that means Carlsen catches Nakamura. Oof.
Oh my god, yeah, what a game.
Round 14 game between Carlsen and Rapport was a thrilling encounter. Get ready for a roller coaster ride. Rapport had just played knight b5 and Carlsen decided to sacrifice. He played knight takes d5. A full piece takes, and his idea was to discover check. The king moves and takes on f7. So Carlsen has two pawns for the piece. The pawn is on f7. Carlsen thought this was enough, but it was not. Black was in control. Black played queen f5 and black is winning right now. Carlsen played rook b4, throwing away more pieces. His idea being to make the knight go away from controlling this square, getting the queen in. Knight takes, queen check. So now Carlsen is a full rook done. Queen takes back. Bishop takes c2, pawn a4. Knight moves back, and now bishop takes. Here, Richard Rapport found this nice move, bishop e4. So even by giving back the piece, because if bishop takes, queen takes back, it's almost done for white. So Carlsen brought the bishop back, but then takes, and queen e4. King moves, queen takes rook. So now it's a rook and an exchange down for Carlsen. But it's still actually equal. Instead of taking the rook, he should have gone for queen e6 and picked up the pawn. That was the problem in the position. That was a right way for Rapport. But he went for this position, this crazy position. A rook can an exchange down, but the position is equal. Because king moves, pawn a5, queen d7 was another option. Pawn a5, rook d8. And here Carlsen had a win. Rook d8 was a mistake. Opponent had to get the queen back with ideas of h5 in the air. But he played rook d8. Now Carlsen had a win. Carlsen played a6. King moves. And here he promoted. Instead of promoting, first he had to play f3, disconnecting the queen out of there. And then promotion will come with the threat of queen d5, which would be mate. So f3 was the winning move here for Carlsen. But he promoted, rook takes, and now the queen jumps in. How do you stop the mate? You can't go rook d8 because of queen c6 mate. So here, there is a nice resource for Richard. Richard played rook takes. Pawn takes, and then black has a draw in his hand because black can just repeat moves here. But Richard was brave and he found the win. After some checks, takes, check, and the h pawn comes forward. King moves, check. King moves, check. The queen got to h4, and now the white king moved to f3, but then came queen g4, forcing an exchange of queens. But the position is still not clear. Queen takes, pawn takes, and it's a race. White has got two pass pawns, but black's b4, b3 is too quick. This position is winning for Richard Rapport. Carlsen was done here because f5, push, f6, takes, f7, c2, and g7. And black promotes. White promotes, but black is right now a rook up. The g pawn can be controlled. Here, Richard played queen check, king moves, queen check, king moves, queen check. He got the queen closer, and then he pushed the pawn because now the rook is defended. So if white promotes, we just take it. So this is still completely winning now. Queen f7, threatening mate on d7. He gave again some checks, and again check. Then again, this was a moment where Richard Rapport had to play rook b8 and stop the mate. Then the queen could continue giving the checks. But then he played queen e3, and here, unbelievably enough, the computer just says it's a draw. Because black can only repeat now. Black went queen e8. He could have played queen e2, but the king would keep moving. He went queen e8, which is a big mistake. What can Carlsen do here? Carlsen not only can draw this, he can actually win this from now. And Carlsen found the move. Pawn promotes. You can't take this queen because queen d7 is mate. And you can't take this queen because queen takes rook is mate. So this is what Richard Rapport missed. Queen e8 was a blunder. And from here on, Magnus Carlsen just went on to win. Queen check, queen blocks. Rook check, the king gets out of there. The king hides with the two queens. And now there's no checks. Black is just out of checks. Black just played queen c6, but then Carlsen played queen g8 and Richard Rapport resigned. This was a thrilling game and it was a game of the day so far in the World Blitz Championship.